Okay, that image isn't going to be in my nightmares. Yeah. That's right everyone, Dragonball Super episode 71 just landed and things just took a turn for the worse. The death of Goku, the guaranteed assassination mission. Death. Guaranteed. Toei's really trying to hammer it home, aren't they? The episode begins with Goku dying. Okay. Man, Toei, I know you've been trying to rush through all these episodes recently, but come on, that's way too quick. I kid, but this is actually meant to be a flash forward, so it gets us all intrigued about what happened to Goku. Is he actually dead? But we kind of know what happened already because of all the promotional material, the spoilers. It's like, there's no mystery there. After the episode card, we go back to the present and Goku is meditating and not taking the washing in. He can hear everything as he concentrates. Also dragons. Is Goku Dovahkiin? Dragonborn? No, it was just an odd shot of a dragon's butt. Dragon butt! Chi-Chi calls Goku in for food and something ain't right because he's not excited, he's not rushing in, and he's only eating one grain at a time? Oh my god, there must be something really bad. And it ain't the 3 cockroaches behind the fridge. I know it's kind of random, but at least we get to laugh off the tension as we traumatize some mail clerks, yeah! To make things weirder, Vegeta is doing training on his own without Goku making him feel inferior. Even Beerus thinks this is weird and insists that Whis get on with Goku's special training. And Vegeta senses this and gets really angry on the inside. Arthur angry. Apparently Whis and Beerus have agreed that Goku's going to be the lead fighter and they didn't consult Vegeta about it. I mean, they could have just told Vegeta about this earlier, but this was just idle chit-chat over Vegeta. But hey, they're Dragon Ball gods. They can't really function. They're absent-minded and lackadaisical. It totally makes sense. While Goku is getting groceries, Gohan and Goten are stalking out their father, trying to figure out what's going on. Really, Gohan? You don't have time to fight and train, but instead skulk around with your brother, figuring out what your father's doing in a really weird way. Yeah, priorities, eh? Also, you can call the Great Saiyan Man up at any time? That's kinda weird, although kinda cool also? What follows is both an awkward and amusing sequence of the Son family wandering around various attractions and, attractions. Damn it, Goku, you're just gonna get yourself hurt if you wander around like this. Or someone else hurt. Namely Bulma. And a car. Doesn't that remind you of anything? I feel like this happened before. Only without a gun. Later on, Gohan invites Goku and Chi-Chi to dinner, so that means they can spy on their father some more. He's eating normally, so does that mean he's okay again? Well, at least he is for now. He knew his kids were following and they seemed really shocked, but honestly guys, were you concealing your power levels? You do know you guys can do that, right? He finally tells Gohan and Goten the truth as we then cut to a different universe and realm where Hit's standing in the rain for no particular reason other than to be dramatic and stuff. Kinda works, it is pretty dramatic. He's standing in front of a grave, but whose grave? We don't know yet. Before we can figure that out, we cut to a cityscape where apparently Frost is a wanted man, thanks to Kaba tipping them off about Frost's real motives. So I guess he's not dead then, only on the run. However, I still think that Hit killed Frost, and has just dumped the body somewhere. I really suspect that, but until we can actually get that confirmed, we can't really figure out Frost's true whereabouts. It shall remain one of Super's little mysteries. So it turns out that Hit's here not to take an order from that mob boss, but actually taking out that mob boss from the episode preview last week. From what we can see, Hit's time skip ability has increased a lot, as he's able to make it dragged out for at least a minute or so. Or maybe he's using a less energy intensive form of time skip if he's not going to be doing any serious punchy stuff. He kills the boss, takes the pendant and lays it at the grave that he was at earlier. Is this a loved one or a friend, or is this just part of Hit's job? Well, we don't really know yet, but it adds a lot of mystery to Hit's origin story. Ooh. Hit probably knew a lot of people in his time. He has been alive for about 1,000 years. Hit's next target is indeed Goku, and Goku can finally sense him as he's on his way to Earth to take him out. Gohan tells Piccolo about what's happened, and the Namekian is insistent that Gohan doesn't lie to him. You see, the whole Gohan-Piccolo dynamic has remained intact. They're basically father and son, really. Goku heads off to the wasteland, as is common Dragon Ball etiquette, and tries to figure out where Hit is exactly. He then turns Super Saiyan Blue, as he pretty much does in every episode now, and still can't find Hit. But then Goten finally steps up and decides to come along with them. Thank God. Incidentally, The reason why Goten wasn't in the Future Trunks arc all that much was because Masako Nozawa was tired from voicing Goku, Goku Black, and Gohan in the same arc. I mean, come on! She's 80, and she still packs a punch, so give her a break, guys. Hit obviously has a lot of respect for Goku, and offers to spare his life if Goku chose to go underground. As if the Saiyan would do that, come on! The respect continues as Hit asks Goku to turn around, so that means they face each other when he actually does his job. This is a lot of respect, as Hit wouldn't usually ask his target to turn around because, that would defeat the whole purpose of being an assassin, yeah. Hit's not holding back this time, and Goku can't lay a finger on him. Well, Hit doesn't lay a finger on Goku either, but really, he doesn't need to. He can just use his time ability to just punch the air, and it somehow strikes Goku's heart. Saiyans falling backwards. He then fires off a ki blast into the air for no reason other than to discharge it, and then lands on the ground, seemingly dead. Hit promises to come back and visit Goku's grave, which is nice? The events of earlier play back and then we cut to credits. Ugh, that shot's not gonna go anytime soon. Oh god. All in all, this episode was alright. We kind of got an insight into Hit's job and his other attacks. It kind of fleshed out the character some more. We didn't really have much to begin with, and we still don't have much now, but it's a little more than before, which is a plus in all regards. However, I feel like the episode was kind of dragged out in places, with the whole Goku trying to sense Hit. That went on for way too long. I think that could have been cut down a little bit, and we could have focused on some more plot devices and stuff. But speaking of Hit, that dialogue he had with Goku oozed respect. It was such a good scene. It's such a good moment to actually flesh out that relationship that those two characters have. That was just really necessary and really well done. It's clear that the pair have a lot of respect for each other. Goku has a lot of respect for Hit because it's a challenge that is seemingly insurmountable, which is good in Goku's books, and Hit has a lot of respect for Goku because Goku gave him that lust for life again after so many years of drudgery and boredom. I did like seeing other planets and cultures even though they were brief, and they looked mostly humanoid, but still, it was other planets that weren't Earth. There are other planets in all the other universes. But sadly, the preview does give the game away that Goku isn't dead, really, and it's a real shame. And I bet you are ashamed too, because this is just Toei picking the wrong shots. They could have just added some more mysterious shots that didn't give the game away that Goku was, still alive, that he didn't die. Like, there's no intrigue, there's no mystery anymore, it was just negated by the preview. Oh god, Toei, you're really sloppy with these. Or are you just trying to deliberately generate hype again for a Hit Goku fight? No, you kinda lost me there. Anyway, that was my review of Dragon Ball Super episode 71. Tune in next time for my review of episode 72. On Christmas Day! Wow, Goku's dead on Christmas Day. Oh god, that's totally ironic. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Until the next one, be sure to like and subscribe. Until then, guys, catch you later.